Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. I feel like shit right now. Ben has been sick. Ryan has special needs. So honestly, I'm not even sure how this is going to work out today. I'm not even going to tell you the rules. You guys can just figure those out for yourselves. I'm not even going to give these honest reviews today. The list that I was provided was such dog shit. I'm just going to do nothing but talk shit. These guys can do whatever they want, however they feel like doing it. Let's begin. 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins.
So yeah, 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins.
I just said that.
Yes, you did.
Continue.
But you also should. I feel like everybody knows this song for a decent reason. I don't know why they play it so much. It's never really been a phenomenal song. It's a token song to learn as you start learning guitar. Maybe if you
suck at guitar.
I mean, everybody sucks at one point. I knew how to play it. I forgot how to play it because I don't care. There's nothing groundbreaking about this one. I'm gonna have to give this one a solid.
Don't grade it yet.
Oh, okay.
This song, for some reason, to me is reminiscent of a sunny childhood day, probably because it was overplayed on every radio station I listened to when I was a child during the day. Billy Corgan does have a unique voice that gives the rest of us hope for our terrible voices. I do appreciate that. The song doesn't vary much, but it doesn't need to.
So wait, was that like your passive-aggressive way of saying he's really good at sucking at singing?
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty much exactly
as long as I could outwardly define this.
The song doesn't vary much from where it starts, but for me it doesn't really need to. I think it's a catchy tune. You just have as background music.
I hate how much this reminds me of Silver Sun Pickups. It sounds more interesting than that song, but that's like saying getting my nuts cut off is more interesting than getting punched in the face. Billy Corgan sounds like a whiny bitch. The production would have been good if we're comparing it on a level like this was lobotomized ducks who mixed it. The melody is like heroin that's past its expiration date. Grades, gentlemen?
I have to give this one an equal sign because it's not worth the effort.
We don't need because. Just give it. Yeah.
Equal sign.
Plus sign.
Really? Pansy. Where Is My Mind by the Pixies.
This song is one of the shining examples of how simplicity can sound great. I love this song. It's a great childhood song, and it never really got played on the radio too much. So
never ever got played on the radio too much.
Where's your mind?
Too much. Keyword there. Anyways, I think it's a great song, and it ties my memories back to Fight Club, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's a really good song to search on YouTube for remixes as well.
Much like Fight Club, the first rule of this song is you don't talk about this song. I'm not sure I've ever heard the song, but it immediately sounds familiar. It's repetitive in all the same ways that 1979 was repetitive, but this song didn't do it for me. I feel like they had all the pieces of a great grunge tune, if that's really a thing. It didn't achieve greatness for me.
This song is so basic, I saw a blonde order it at Starbucks. Sounds like their singer made out with Billy Corgan and they caught his mono. This guitar riff makes me embarrassed to have ever played the instrument. The drums sound like a 2-year-old threw his dirty diaper against a garage door. Grades, gentlemen.
2 plus signs.
After that ringing endorsement by me, that's amazing.
Minus sign.
6 O'Clock by Dream Theater.
Thought it was a good song, but now I just heard you like shit on my song like that. Dream Theater, Opeth, and Thank You Scientists are the worst bands of
don't think those are the only 2 songs that are getting a royal diarrhea dump, my friend.
Not my favorite song on the list, surprisingly. It sounded a lot different than most Dream Theater stuff. It's definitely sounded older, so I wasn't shocked when I found out that was one of their earlier songs to be put out. It didn't really have as polished of a sound by any means, and
definitely
seems like they were definitely still looking for their sound. They still had the creativity there, but again, it just sounded like it was recorded underneath a piece of
underneath a glass moon, possibly?
No, because that sounds too glorious.
In the glass prison, maybe?
It sounded like it was recorded with like a layer of cotton between the instruments and the microphone, if that makes any sense.
The drums in the intro remind me of a metal version of Take the Money and Run. The vocals on this album are a little forced and harsh.
Like the way you're delivering this review.
Dream Theater fought with their label for the beginning of their career. They were trying to force Dream Theater to fit into the sound of the bands that were popular at the time, and I think this album fell victim to that. You can tell James LaBrie's vocals are entirely too harsh, and it sounds unnatural, especially compared to their other material. I feel like they defined their sound very well on Images and Words, and this was a step backwards, if anything, though I don't hate it.
I'd say I could play better drums, but I do not want to insult the mentally handicapped. 6 a.m. on a Christmas morning? Who gives a fuck? This is literally the stupidest thing you could possibly fucking talk about. James LeBrie sounds like he failed the audition for Uncle Jesse's band in Full House. And the synth sounds like robot flatulence. Legitimately, you guys thought this was something worthy of being put out on record. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is the matter with you people? Total grade for this fucking song, Ben.
I want to give this a soft, very soft equal sign.
Very soft equal sign.
Placid equals.
All criticisms aside, I'm giving this a very erect plus sign.
I Don't Care Anymore by Phil Collins. The first thing I have heard today, the sentiments that I agree with.
I just want to say whoever chose that song, screw you. Screw you. There's a classic rock station here in Nashville, and they play that song.
There is a classic rock station in Nashville
Ooh,
that
but
plays I Don't Care Anymore.
I don't care no more. Just that's all I'm gonna have in my head for the rest of like the week, and it's not even that. It's just one of those earworms.
It legitimately
It's
sucks.
like a disease. This song is a disease. Honestly, when it first comes in, you're like, oh, that's some creative percussion. Obviously, he thought so too, because that's all he does for 3.5 minutes. The first time you hear the song, it's like, oh, cool. But it's also like Jingle Bells. Like, oh, cool, good song. But then after you hear it again and again and again, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And eventually, you just don't care no more to hear it. So,
Words.
I don't care no more.
My first thought when I listened to this song was, wow, this sounds exactly like Phil Collins.
You can just leave that out. That was the worst.
Okay, strike previous remark. The initial drums mixed differently probably could have been mixed into any Godsmack song.
Yeah.
It's probably
In
could
any
be.
Godsmack song or any fucking Haim song. For God's sake, fuck Haim. I don't give a shit. Everyone's like, oh, they're so talented. Dude, come the fuck on. Really? It's like, oh, they move from instrument to instrument. Yeah, they move from instrument to instrument and play elementary school level fucking style. Like, it's, God, fuck Haim.
Throughout the beginning of the song, I thought it could be a great song that hadn't gone anywhere yet. At the end of the song, it was not a great song that never went anywhere, and I just don't care anymore about it.
It definitely sounded like you stopped caring when you wrote the song. Fuck your stupid drums. You're a disgrace for ruining Genesis. This bored me more than reading your guys' comments in this show about your suggestions. You repeat yourself so much in this song that I've stopped believing you. If you don't care, why did you write an entire fucking song about it? Typically pop songs are only 3 minutes long, Phil. You went the extra mile. 5 minutes of pissing me the fuck off, shithead. The guitar solo would have sounded better if it came out of my dick.
It's a jizz fusion tune.
Grades, gentlemen.
I'm gonna have to give this one a negative.
A minus sign, same as me.
Plush by Stone Temple Pilots.
This song is catchy as hell. Whoever chose this song on a normal day would be a screw you, but this one was actually like the best one in the set list, which speaks a lot to the set list today.
It truly fucking does.
Yeah, because I've actually turned the song off while I was listening to it on the radio, but now
And it's not because it's a bad song.
No.
It's not because it's a bad song.
it is played a lot. In contrast to the other music we've graded today, this song really stands out above the crowd. I think Stone Temple Pilots is really onto something here. And, some influence by Beethoven maybe on the guitar.
Yeah.
Classically influenced for sure.
If I ever hear the intro to this song ever the fuck again, like it's so slow. It's
Yeah.
so fucking slow.
I've never tried to
God.
learn how to play a song on guitar, but every time I hear it, I think that's gotta be the most fun song to play because it's really easy, but it doesn't sound normal. I'm not saying it sounds good, but it doesn't sound normal. And if you like Stone Temple Pilots, you like the song, this is pretty much the go-to song. I can't say I love it. I definitely don't hate it today.
Definitely don't hate it today. Ringing endorsement by Ben.
It's a somewhat iconic piece of the early 2000s. The song has well-defined, separate parts, unlike half the songs on the list today. It's impossible not to sing along when you hear the song because you've heard it so many times, or at least attempt to make similar sounds to the vocals you don't understand him singing. Ultimately, the song will be stuck on my head, and I will look it up in the future.
You pronounce your vowels like you've just gone 5 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. Your melody sounds like it too, because it's fucking stupid. That chorus effect on your guitar is covering up the fact that you dialed in an ass tone. JK, I actually like this song.
For me to poop on!
I'm gonna give this song an equal sign.
Plus sign.
That's it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!